This is Will with My Spiritual Clarity, and this is our fourth video for the month of January, all about clarity. So the last three, I hope you've checked out. This one, I promised that I was going to share more about the personal vision process workshop that's coming up on the 30th. And so this video it's a sales video. And I hope that you're going to get some nuggets out of it that you can use even if you don't show up for the workshop. So I just want to set the right expectation. Sales and practical application. So to do both at the same time, I want to share a story with you. Years ago, I worked at a restaurant. It was a high-end restaurant in Toronto, and it was just across, if you know Toronto at all, it's just across from the Tiff Bell Lightbox, and it was called Paese. It was an Italian restaurant, and I got a job there basically because I lied. I basically pretended that I had great knowledge of fine wines and that I knew how to do elevated style of service, which I didn't at all. I'd worked at a lot of places, but they'd all been pubs, cafes, very relaxed, chill places. I had no business applying to this place, but somehow they hired me. And it was going okay in the beginning, not great, but okay. And after about 3 months of I was making everyone's life miserable. The kitchen hated me. They literally, every time I'd come back into the kitchen during the dinner service, I would hear them go, like, because I made so many mistakes. I would order the wrong thing and then think it's okay to come back and scribble a new order down because that's the style that I grew up with, that it was okay to make mistakes if you caught it soon enough. Not okay in this place. We had a system. It was very efficient, much higher level of service and food and everything. So they hated me. My fellow servers hated me because they had to pick up the slack. And the bartenders hated me because I was constantly rushing them with all my mistakes. So after about 3 or 4 months of this, the manager sat me down and said, Will, we love you, but we're gotta let you go unless you can turn this around, like fast. I was at my wit's end. I didn't know what to do. But I was reading this book at the time. I was actually listening to it on audio. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. And it was having a profound impact on me, realizing that the way I'd been visualizing with law of attraction style, where I was just visualizing the perfect end result, was actually screwing me up because I would feel so good about it, but then I'd come out and not take any different actions. All my actions are the same. I was making all the same mistakes at the restaurant. So what I started practicing, and it's kind of outlined in his book, but I have a different take on it where I take it one step, in my mind, one step further, where I would start to practice mini improvements mentally in my head. So as I was biking to work or in the wintertime, because it was right on the cusp of season, so some days I was biking, some days I'm sitting on the streetcar, I'd be visualizing that day's improvements. So getting the soup spoon down before the soup arrived, which sounds really inconsequential, but to me it was really big because if I didn't have it down in time, the manager would always notice and he'd get on my case, and that was the beginning of a downward spiral. So I started to visualize getting the soup spoon down on time. And then I started doing that. I started to visualize correcting mistakes before they impacted the staff. Not that I never made mistakes. I started to visualize that I would catch the mistakes faster. And then I started doing that. Until the point where one day, I still remember vividly, I was at the computer console punching in a bunch of orders, and I ordered the salad as a main course on purpose because that's what the person at this table of five had ordered. And my manager, this gruff, tall ex-hockey player standing behind me, cranky and angry as he always was, saying, Will, don't make our lives miserable. Fix that. And me, without even turning fully to being a little cocky, without even turning my head fully to say, Gordon, they ordered it as the main. Thank you very much. And then finishing the order. And that moment happened. I visualized it for weeks, and it actually happened in real life. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw him smile and smirk because he was realizing, this guy's finally got it. Thank God. I don't have to fire him and find someone else to fill the place. So I turned it around. And when I left that place about 6 months later, it was one of the best send-offs I've ever had from a job, even though it was a very stressful work environment. So that's a story to illustrate the difference between what I'm going to show you in this personal vision process versus what a lot of other visualization courses do. And I'm not saying that those courses are wrong, but if you have been wanting to change specific behaviors and habits, if you've been wanting to post every day on social media, but you can't get yourself to do it, or you've been wanting to network more honestly and from a heartfelt place with people around you, and you just can't quite seem to get at the nerve, or you have been wanting to get on podcasts, but you can't seem to get applications at the door, specific behaviors and actions that you want to take that you haven't been taking, then I have found law of attraction style visualization doesn't work very well. But I have found that this personal vision process does. And I'm going to go into all the juicy details to make it even more powerful. And we're going to do belief clearing work alongside. So let's say you have a specific goal of having new clients and you've identified a strategy that you think might work. And even as you begin to visualize taking some of those actions, it brings up stuff, all the fears, all the hesitations, all the limiting beliefs. Well, right there live in the workshop, we're going to address those and clear those at their core. And I'm going to help you do that in one-on-one sessions as the whole group watches, so that everyone gets the benefit to hear everyone else's limiting beliefs that come up. So I hope you will come and join us on the 30th. We'll put the link down below in this video. And yeah, I'd love to see you there. It's going to be a very powerful workshop. Have an amazing day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye for now.